You've probably used large language model like ChatGPT before. Never the nature of its own existence. This is my latest artwork, Latent Reflection, and here is how I built it.
This is the beginning of how my perfect plan failed. Three unexpected things happened while making Reflection. 1. A random YouTube video I ended up falling in love with started this whole thing. 2. A mistake I made completely ruined everything. And 3. A crazy idea saved the day. This was my epic plan. On the top, you can type in any topic you want. On the right, this is where ChatGPT is going to type its response. The display will be whatever this display thing is called. On the left side, we'll have our controls and the animation. Coding part was easy. I asked, and it gave me. Of course I had to nudge it here and there to get the aesthetics right, but still, it was surprisingly easy. But, of course, it didn't all go smoothly. I'm gonna place my animation right here, right above the buttons here, and hopefully it'll interact with ChatGPT. This is my animation plan. There are 5 stages in total. Intro, idle, reflect idle, and reflect outro. And this is what our character is gonna do. There are multiple stages in this reflection process. Before the user hits reflect, after the user hits reflect, ChatGPT is going to think, then land on its conclusion, or the user stops the process. This is completely out of my comfort zone. I'm used to creating one animation just standalone in a single reel. But soon, I quickly realized that I didn't think while writing this. I had no idea how to make this glow in the water in Spine 2D. I'm going to use the web player, so I have to use JSON. So, everything has to be native, straight out of Spine 2D. I can't use After Effects for this. Shoot, we'll figure something out. Here is our sketch I showed you before. I'm gonna first copy and paste all the adjustment layers to the real thing. You see, the image I had in mind was water. Kinda obvious, I mean, my main inspo was latent reflection. So, reflection, water. You know, we've all had that moment, right? When you have nothing better to do, so you stare at what's in front of you and your brain starts to go to weird places. Then you find yourself going through very personal things that you seriously don't want to dive in right now, and now you have an existential crisis? Yeah. As you can see, I did sort of went crazy with the colors. I really liked the settings and the composition of the image Midjourney gave me, but it didn't quite match the colors I was going for. So with the power of Photoshop, I tweaked a little bit, then it was ready for the separation. I needed a foreground element to give a little depth to the image, so we're gonna add that. Now let's separate our character. Now the separation really begins. Okay, I acted like this separation stage was smooth, but in truth, Photoshop was being as if Photoshop foresaw that I was about to make the big mistake. Now that the separation is done, we can move on to the most important, trickiest part, rigging. I truly believe in the power of fun. When I'm creating something, there are moments when the funness just hits. That moment when you suddenly go into the zone, it's fun, it's exciting, you just can't wait to see the final piece. And whether or not those moments happen in the process of creating is very important to me. Because that energy always shines through. And this was the exact moment I realized I wasn't having fun. And that was a serious problem. Animating characters, humans, is really weird. If you don't pay attention to the details of the movements, it wouldn't look natural. But if you polish them too much, make it too perfect, it would look stiff. The key thing I've learned how to overcome this is to move the characters with intention. Don't just make them float for no reason. Think about the characters. Who are they? What are they going through right now? What are they thinking? Show it. Make it clear through their movements. And all of this needs a clear story. This was the big mistake I've made. I was too focused on the initial idea of combining LLM and animation, so I didn't really get to think about him. I didn't have a story for him. I almost quit at this point. I was stuck. I didn't want to work on this anymore. I wanted to quit. But I also wanted to share my failure, so that someone out there on YouTube wouldn't make the same mistake I've made. So I started writing a script for this. I was going to show you this whole process in the form of an apology letter to Reflection. And it started something like, "Dear Reflection, I'm sorry. I am terribly sorry for abandoning you." But, as you can see, the script changed. It changed. Because the ending of this story changed. All because of this one crazy idea. To be honest, I don't exactly remember how it all happened. This is Suno, And with it, I made this.
The street lights hum like broken bees. Concrete whispers secrets to the...
Nope. Nuh-uh. I can't take this cringy lyrics. So I'm just gonna skip it.
It breaks, it bends.
That's the thing about AI, right? It always gives me results that I kind of like, but I don't love it. But I think I could make something out of it. So I downloaded this program, which I used it once, like ages ago, and started editing. After a few hours, this is what I made.
It breaks, it bends. It bends.
I had fun. And now I needed visuals. That's when reflection came back to my mind, but I wasn't disgusted by the thought. But this time, it's gonna be different. Let's make something ugly.
It breaks, it bends. It breaks, it bends. It bends.
Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of the process. I was finally having fun again. I didn't want to ruin the flow by stopping to hit record. After this weird detour, I finally found my strength to go back and finish my initial idea. And I did. It's not 5 stages now, it's just intro and loop. But still, I'm glad I got to finish what I started. Hours hunched over my laptop, typing and scribbling notes while rubbing my forehead. It was definitely a tough month, but I'm truly glad I made reflection. I can't say this is the best piece I've ever made, but I'm so grateful that I got to make this. All those struggles, big and small, turned into something more. A reminder, whenever I hit that wall again, whenever I get myself too caught up in the technical side and get lost, reflection will be there whispering the thing I need to hear most. If you're watching this and you're feeling stuck, maybe this can be your reminder too. Make a mess, make something ugly, try something new, and most importantly, have fun.